Before answering the question, what is theory of computation or theory of computer science, one must have the answer of the question, what basically is a computer, or what is the most generic form of a computing machine. The computer is also known as a computing machine. So what is the most generic form of a computing machine? Most of you will have the definition of this question, answer of this question, or the definition of a computer. So you may say a computer is a machine that accepts input, process it, and produce some output. So majority of the people will say that the computer is a machine that accept input, process it, and produce some output. Then look at these devices like juicer mixer, kitchen grinder, and the washing machine. These devices also take some input, process them, and produce some output. So if this is your definition, then juicer mixer, kitchen grinder, or washing machine, are these devices computer? Are they computer? Will you say that mixer juicer is a computer? Kitchen grinder is a computer, or washing machine is a computer, or a computing machine? I think you will say no. These devices are not the computing machines. So then you will slightly modify your definition. Now you will say that computing devices also have some storage units. They take inputs, process it, produce some output, and will have some sort of storage units. Now look at these appliances: dishwasher and vacuum cleaner. These devices, dishwasher or vacuum cleaners, also take input, process them, produce some output, and will have some sort of storage units. So if you modify your definition, then these devices will be a computing machine, computer, or not. So are they computers? Still your answer will be no. These devices or these appliances are not computer. So even if their definition is matching with the definition of the computer, still they are not called as computing machines. So where is the difference? What is the difference between these appliances and the computer? I think the big difference is in the word significant decisions. The appliances like washing machine, vacuum cleaner, they cannot make any decision. They can take input, they can process those inputs, they can produce some output, but those devices cannot make a significant decision. For example, if you wash bricks instead of clothes, the washing machine will wash them anyway. The washing machine even cannot recognize its input, whether they are clothes or some stones or bricks or anything else. So a computer on other hand makes significant decision. Note down this point: significant decision about its input. It can even reject the input. Okay. So the definition of the computer will be: a computer is a machine that accepts inputs, process them to produce some output, and is capable of storing and making decisions about its input and output. Making decisions about its input and output. Such machines are also known as computing machine. That is, a computer is also known as a computing machine. Then what will be the computing? The process of transforming the input of computing machine, that is computer, to its output is known as computing. So theory of computation or theory of computing science is all about such basic machines and their process of computing the input to its output. So what we will study in this subject? We will study the model of abstract computing machine, we will study the models, the machines. Abstract means very basic, where unnecessary components, unnecessary parts are removed. That is a very basic in itself, or you can call it mathematical. The model of abstract computing machine rather than the architecture and design of modern digital computers. A model of this subject is to understand the essential nature of computing machines and of the computing. So what is the working of, what is the nature of these machines, such machines, and how do they compute. We'll also study the core of such computing machines, and that core means abstract. Core means where non-essential components are removed. Only essential components are there. So such basic machines are called as automaton, and in plural it is called as automata. So when you are saying automata, you are talking about 2 or 3 automatons. In singular form it is called as automaton. Fine. The big question in the mind is, why should we study science of computing or theory of computation? Both are same, the science of computing or the theory of computation. Why should we read this subject? Why should we study this subject? So here are some facts or some points why should we study this subject. The point number 1 is, it constitutes essential science, or what is the science behind the concept of computing. Okay. The knowledge of this subject will help you to solve various problems, various challenges related to other subjects such as data structure, algorithm, programming languages, compilers, and even the operating system. The theory of formal languages. Formal language means the language which is used by the automata, and the language which is not natural to the human being. That is a language which is accepted by the machine and is not natural to the human being. Such languages are called as formal languages. So theory of formal languages will help you to understand the nature or the processing of natural languages, that is a language used by the human being. So this subject will help you to understand the natural language processing. Theory of computation is having direct application in designing of the compiler. So if you are studying the subject compiler, you are going inside the compiler or you are designing the compiler, this subject you will find the theory of computation, the application of theory of computation in designing of a compiler or assembler. Automata theory continues to play a major role in designing and efficient implementation of some special or very specific purpose computing machines like kiosk. Have you seen kiosk? Okay. Or some vending machines. Fine. So you will find the direct application of theory of computation in such kind of machines, or in design or implementation of these kinds of machines like kiosk or the vending machines. You will find these devices in airports, railway stations, and etc. Automata and formal language theory also form the basis for the VLSI, very large scale integrated circuits. Very large scale, that is a circuit board, like your motherboard or the circuit board of your keyboard and so on. So VLSI design. Therefore, the subject or the science of computing is so important to you. What is automata? So automaton or automata in plural is the basic form or the generic form or the generalized form of the computing machine, that is computer, which takes input, process it, produce the output, and make decision along the way.